This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Press Pass Live, your weekly OMFL podcast show. I am so glad that you guys are tuning in, and when I say you guys, I mean the one person. It is the end of a Madden cycle, and I don't care. I'm going to choose to be happy and enjoy this and still bring good energy and still talk about the OMFL. It is dead in here. It is dead in Press Pass Live. Number 200 has one viewer. We were having 20 viewers a month ago, and then everything absolutely died as people are done with Madden. People are outside warming up. You can see I got some sun today. People are out and about. They're vaccinated, and no one cares, and neither do I. I'm here. I'm glad that you'll watch this whenever that you watch this. Let's get into some Press Pass Live and have a really good time here because there's a lot to talk about. And there may be a CPU game. I'm trying to find out right now. Our buddy Jay Bowles got called into there's three now. Everybody's popping in. What's up, Ross and Smash? Jay Bowles got called into work, so he gave me the CPU game, but then he said he can play in the morning, and I'm actually off tomorrow. Even though I have a full day, I could make some time for some OMFL. So I'm glad Ross is here. I'm glad Smash is here. We're going to talk OMFL. Everybody else will watch this later. We got to make it. You guys talked me into not shutting this thing down. We got to make it. We got to get through it. So let's get into it. All right, there's so much that we could kind of like immediately dig into. I don't even really know where I want to start exactly. I will say I was supposed to be working on graphics today because I got Pro Bowl graphics and coach graphics. I got an award show to make. That's going to come out this week. I promise you. All that stuff will drop this week. I know it's like 2 weeks late, but better late than never. Such is life right now, especially with the board. They're totally done. They're done. And so I'm kind of flying this ship solo a little bit. And so I just needed some time. I actually wasted today. I could have been working on it today, but I've been working on new stream stuff. And I'm actually really, really excited about some new stream stuff that I've been working on. And don't knock the phone over. I can't wait. Like I got it. I'm like in the fine minutia details right now of the new stream. It's gonna be cleaner. It's not gonna blow anybody away. It's gonna be really, really simple. But I'm going for like simple, clean, something that works, something that looks a little bit different than most guys whenever you look at their stream. And I've been looking everywhere. The Madden streams out there are terrible. They're just not good. I don't know if you guys watch Madden streams. I don't watch a lot of Madden streams because nobody plays by our rules, but the Madden streams are really, really bad, and the PUBG streams aren't that much better. So I think with minimal effort here, even though I'm not putting in minimal effort, it should be really, really good. Let's talk about week number 1 through 3 in season number 96. The rumored no defense season with abilities off, and no one knows if it's the updates because there was like 5 updates from all of last season because there was like 2 or 3 that happened last season and the like 2 that came out in the playoffs and off season. So I don't know if it is those updates or if it is the fact that we turn abilities off. But we're kind of in no man's land because the league decided to go all pro. It's either all or nothing, right? It's either feast or famine. There's no in between. And if I turn abilities on, you're just going to see like these 99, because there's a ton of 99 overall guys now, as we usually get when we start getting late in the Madden cycle. We didn't really, we kind of had XP, not too high, but it was elevated. And because of that, it was really, if you focused on guys, you could build them pretty good, pretty quickly. Because of that, we have a lot of high-powered overall guys. You mix in abilities, even with the mismatch of like where it cuts off abilities and keeps it at a certain range, it still would have been crazy. And I think we would have seen a bunch of overpowered guys. I did tell the board I would turn them back on. I was totally open to just flipping them back on and being done with it. They didn't say anything. So I don't know if they're ignoring it, if they don't care, if they're checked out. But if it continues to not get better, I'll just flip them on and we'll finish out the season and just be done with it and move on with our lives. Because they're bad. I mean, you look at the stats right here, 52-37, Kansas City versus Baltimore. What? Okay. 35 points put up by Ross against, and it probably could have been worse. Minnesota puts up 41. The Raiders and Jacksonville, 47-36. 34-28, the Jets over New England. Our game, 81 points. This was a crazy game that actually gave up 25 points, I think, in the fourth quarter, or 21 points. I forget exactly, but I gave a lot of points in the fourth quarter on some really crazy plays. 42 points by the Rams, 39 by the Seahawks, 38 by the Chargers, 34 by the Carolina Panthers, 37 by Dallas, 29 by the Giants. It's nuts. It's crazy. Sorry that wasn't super sexy for clearing my throat right there on camera, but it's not pretty. It ain't fun. I have pumped up the tackle ability. I turned down the pass blocking ability just a little bit. Tackling went way up. We'll just kind of see where that lands in the next week or two. If there's still no improvement, we'll just turn abilities back on. I'll lower the tackling back. I'll put the pass block back, and we'll just kind of run with that and kind of see how things go. I just didn't find it fun at all. I didn't think it was super enjoyable, but no one seems to be having fun right now, even though the game isn't, I think, that bad. Defense is clearly, again, here's kind of my rant about this, though. We have really high-quality owners here who are really good, offensively. I mean, you guys can play really good offensive ball. The problem with that is because you chose to go all pro and not all Madden, because you guys like offense and you're good offensive players overall. There's no defense being played because really most of you are on the level you should be playing like an all Madden defense or like really pumped up sliders, which we don't have here. And so it just puts us in this weird ground where overalls are inflated, guys are checked out. So I think you're seeing very little effort on the defensive side of the ball. Sliders, because of the updates, are clearly not doing it very well on defense. And it just has been the perfect storm of a no defense season. And it kind of stinks. And I wish it was better. And hopefully with a few little tweaks, it can be better. I'm not even going to break down any of those games. We can go and look at a couple of stats just to kind of see some of these inflated offensive stats that we're already starting to see here. 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. It's terrible. My guy's terrible. I'm terrible. TJ Beasley. I think this guy's, what is he? 77 overall. He was like 69 when he got him last season. I can't believe this guy is leading our league in passing yards with 1,221. Jamie Devine, a rookie, 1165. Stocker, 1159. Woodward, 1137. So a lot of quarterbacks we don't hear a lot from. Who's your touchdown leader right now? Worthington, 11-2. Dyson's 10-5. I mean, these are some pretty good numbers here. TJ's 8-3. 8-1 from Kyler Murray. You're seeing a couple inflated numbers here. 81 from Kerry Kendricks, 75 from Beasley, 75 from Tyree Jackson, 71 from Lance Peters, Woodward 70. I mean, these are really, really inflated numbers. Now, Barkley's already got 400 yards. Gibson's got almost 400. Brooks Sabian, a rookie stepping in here for the Tennessee Titans, has got 338 and 6. 8 touchdowns from Nick Chubb already. Golly, look at these. 17 for 639. He's averaging 37.6 yards per catch. That one hurts a little bit to see. Smith Schuster, we'll spit it out. 25, 508. Hill, 13, 490. Tons of touchdowns from some of these guys. Judy and Hill both with 6. Ruggs with 5. Corey Davis with 5. And then defense. You're not seeing a ton of sacks. Even though Miles at 7 is pretty good for 3 games. That's a pretty good tip there, but everybody else kind of starts to fall off. Cam Jordan's a defensive tackle now at 287. Okay. Beckham, 5 interceptions. Brown, 4. So some of these, like, sexy stats are not bad at all, but the numbers are there, right? Like, the scoring offense has been really, really bad this season, and it just kind of sucks to see. Just overall. I mean, the Cowboys are leading in offense behind a powerful passing and running attack. He's got the number 1 passing defense or offense. What was that number, like 8 or 9 rushing offense? Tons of points. I mean, look at these: 42.7, 39, 39, 37, 35, 33, 33, 33, 32. These are just way too high. Who's the least? San Francisco at 12, Buccaneers at 16. I don't even think he's playing any of his games right now. Bills at 16, Giants at 17. That's weird. I don't know if he's missed a bunch of games or not. And then we get into kind of some of the more normal numbers. You're still talking about low 20s. Sack numbers are not terrible. Vikings with 0. That's interesting. Browns leading the leading interceptions, so the Cowboys, Bengals right behind them. Chargers with 0, though. And Giants with only 1. So you see the Bengals, Raiders, Jags. I mean, these are pretty inflated numbers for 3 weeks into the season. Again, we're working on it. We're trying to see if we can't figure it out and get some things to be better. But at this point, it's like I don't even know what to do, because people are pretty checked out right now, which I think is the other thing that I really want to talk about on the show 200. It's just like, I don't understand why people are checked out. Like, we're putting out good content. There are some good games. I get it. Like, this Madden, even though I totally disagree that it's the worst Madden ever, I've played much worse Maddens. Overall, people have been pretty down about this Madden. And I think COVID has played a lot into it, but it's making me pause and second guess, is it time to kind of wrap up the community as a whole and just call it a day? I am not playing this game on PlayStation 4 next year. I'm not buying 2 games, and I'm not playing the PlayStation 4 version. The OMFL will be PlayStation 5. I will talk to Little Koch. We'll kind of make it like a kind of a group decision, and maybe the Deuce becomes PlayStation 4, OMFL becomes PlayStation 5, and we just kind of figure it out for this next Madden and see if we make it through another Madden, because you never know with the game that EA produces. But we are going to PlayStation 5 in the OMFL. And so if you just know that you're not going to be getting one, or you don't want one, or whatever whatever you guys decide to do, I'm going to start sending out messages probably in the month of May, at the end of May, inviting people back, or even just finding out where you stand. And some people are not going to be invited back. That gets said at the end of every Madden. People don't think I'm serious, and then there's like 2 guys, and then everybody flips out and loses their mind. But like, if you're checked out and you're not attempting, and I'm talking to some board members because I'm really disappointed in some of our board members. If you're like totally checked out and you're just like not trying, there's zero effort, you're just going to have to find somewhere else to play. I don't care how much you've given to this community, how much you've done. If you can't finish strong and you can't finish your commitments here, then I'm sorry, you can just go play somewhere else. And it doesn't make me a bad guy or the league a bad guy or you a bad guy, just like it's what it is right now. But we got to stay plugged in for this last season, or it's not fun. It's not fun to play CPU games. It's not fun to have guys not trying to schedule. Some guys, as always, are trying to push the gas and get through this season as quick as possible. Some guys aren't even trying. We're just slowing down the process. There's a lot of football. We're 3 weeks in. We're in week 4. We still got the rest of this season. We got the playoffs. Maybe a toilet bowl. I mean, I don't know. We haven't had one in 2 seasons, and no one's even really asked for one. And then we got a whole nother draft to do, and then we can start getting ready for Madden 22. So hopefully guys can stay plugged in, and we can have a really good time and finish strong, because that's ultimately what I'm aiming for. And I'm kind of calling the OMFL out, board members included, everybody, to be more checked in, more plugged in. Let's finish strong. And if you just don't have interest in finishing strong and playing, then just come talk to me. That's it. Like, just communicate. Like, I got more respect for those people in the past who've been like, yo, I'm done. I'm out. Thanks for letting me play. At least like you were honest and open and we could have a conversation about it, than just being checked out. And then I'm the one left like to make the decision on what I'm going to do for the next Madden. And then there's just an uncomfortable conversation that doesn't need to be. So I'm just kind of in show 200, which kind of hurts my feelings a little bit that we're doing this in show 200. I'm kind of calling us out. We got to be better. We got to do better. And we got to finish stronger. And I'm looking to do that. The good news is there seems to be some PlayStation drops coming out this week. And so for those of you who are interested and want to buy one, there seems to be some drops that are coming out, and so it should be easier to be able to get your hands on one if you're looking to get one. So yeah, hopefully everybody who wants one will be able to get one, and hopefully we'll have a big enough pool to run a league next year, and we'll keep trucking, and if not, we'll just kind of cross those bridges as we get there. Let me check in real quick on my game. I know that's not a whole lot of fun, but I want to see if he wants to play in the morning. Oh, okay. So no CPU game, like the title says. He says he can play tomorrow morning, so we'll go ahead and play tomorrow morning. That way I can play a human, and I don't have to play the CPU. There's so many games that aren't played right now, so I think we're fine. I'll just go ahead and play that in the morning, and if all the other games are done, we'll go ahead and advance us to the next one. I was going to look at some owner-submitted questions, but we don't have any. So there's no owner-submitted questions to even bring us to. Ross and Smash, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Oh, look, it's Colin. Hey, Colin. Yeah, let's look. Let's look and see. I don't know if we do or do not. I'll take any questions that you guys might have in here. No, it looks like top stories and all stories is all we have. So no draft stories yet. Still a little too early for that. I have been working. None of this is going to work. So I'm going to show you, but you're not going to see any camera. I'm not going to do that. Scratch that. I was going to show you a sneak peek of what the new overlay looks like. But I'm not going to do that, because it's not going to work the way that I want it to work. So I'm going to keep working on that. So maybe tonight, since it's a Sharp Press Pass Live, there's not a lot of people hanging out with me in here. There's not a lot to talk about. I'm not going to go break down a bunch of games where I feel like guys aren't trying, or look at stats where guys aren't trying. And I just kind of get the vibe that most of the league is checked out, which, again, stinks really bad. Also, Ross, I know this will hurt your heart. I dropped my controller today for the first time, and it went flying too. It went like 6 feet across the room. So I got my first little scuff on not the kind of scuff I want either, but my first couple little scuffs on my two little triggers here. But overall, I think it came out okay. It was like immediate, like, oh no, what did I just do? Hey, what's up, Mackie? There's a name that I haven't seen or heard from in forever. Speaking of checked out owners, no, I'm just kidding, Mackie. I know that you're very busy with work, even though, well, Mackie, it would be a party show if people were checked in and doing the thing, but people are not checked in and they're not doing the thing, and so it's nothing to party about. Everybody's checked out. The chat's been dead. No one's talking. When people are talking, they're just complaining all the time, and so there's not a whole lot to talk about. Again, in the league, we're only 3 weeks deep. We can kind of look at some standings, but like I think all this is skewed. I just do. I think everything that we're looking at is completely skewed because we've just had like a lack of attempts. We've had like a lack of want to coming from the community as a whole. It's good to see your Ravens on top, though, even though I think your defense is struggling. I think we just look at your defense. I think you're giving up like some of the most yards or whatever. This will be a good battle between the Browns and Ravens here coming to the end. Titans with this rookie quarterback. I don't know our quarterback. Listen to me. Ross, chances are actually good for night 1. I don't know if the whole night, but my wife is going to be gone. I just found this out because I think night 1 is Thursday night. And so I'm seeing if I can maybe get the stream stuff finished by Thursday and then do a real life draft show on Thursday. I'm so sad that I dropped this controller. Colts, they're pushing for it, man. I know Bill's super plugged in. Bill's probably the most plugged in guy that we have here right now. Patriots, Jets, this is the division no one wants to win. I think everybody's trying to not win in this division. Chiefs are doing what the Chiefs do. The Broncos, Raiders have had a really good offensive year so far, but Colin, I don't know what's up with your Chargers. You start out red hot, you put up tons of points, but something tells me that's all you're interested in is just winging the ball around and having some fun that way. Vikings, Bears, Lions. This could be a good division. I do think you'll see the Bears fall off. I'm sorry, Smash, but you don't believe in you. And if you don't believe in you, it's going to be hard for me to believe in you. The Lions and Trey seem to have the quarterback. And can the Vikings keep pace, especially with a defense that I think is last in interceptions? Falcons, I gave him the first game. He handed it to me pretty good. His tight end, both games, just murdered me. I posted a clip the other day. I was up big in the fourth quarter. I think it was up 21 points in the fourth quarter, or maybe it's 20 points in the fourth quarter. I throw a ball that it's like a tight coverage. The guy gets his hands on it, bounces straight up in the air, bounces off of 4 people's helmets, gets picked off and ran back. Yeah. And then his tight end, I'm playing cover 4. His tight end runs all the way across the field. Of course, there's no sack pressure because none of us are getting any pressure right now. And my free safety decides to go follow the receiver on the other side of the field. So he literally just runs away and leaves the tight end wide open, and I end up losing that game. But the Falcons are red hot, and they look to be in control. Cowboys are back. Rob has been checked out for a while. The Eagles, they're tough, man. I had a really fun game with him the other day. I have no clue what's up with Mo. New baby, I'm supposing. Mackie, I think he's talking about the real draft show. I think that's what he's talking about. We will probably not do an import draft show unless it's just like you said, a regular PPL. I don't know what's up with Pepper. I'm not sure what's up with these teams as well, but clearly D-Money is off to try to win him another one. So yeah, totally, Ross. Like I think it's totally going to matter. The thing and this has always been my biggest complaint with real life drafts is that the overalls don't match what the Madden rookies overalls are. And so your real life draft players sometimes will get, first rounders sometimes will be like 73 overall, right? And then all of a sudden you real life draft here and you're drafting like a 77 overall in the first. And so those import players are going to be way easier to build than some of those real life draft players, which is the part about it that I wish there was just more continuity there, and I'm not sure why there's not. Somebody who makes way more money than me probably has the answer to that, but I do not. So, well, guys, 35 minutes in, not a lot to talk about. This wasn't a sexy show. I was going to go ahead and play the CPU real quick and let y'all listen in and just like chit chat with y'all. But it looks like we're going to go ahead and play that game in the morning. So I may just use a couple hours here to go work on my new stream that I can get ready for this week. Maybe this week. I'm building it completely myself. So what you see here and what you see on the other overlays were purchased ones that I edited and customized. So like they gave me the foundations of what I used, and then I customized it to create what you see. So I just believe like if you're a streamer and you want to start creating, like just go buy a couple that you like just so you can get used to OBS, get used to how to, use overlays, how everything works together, and then start buying you some that you can customize and then start filling with customization and, making it fit, move things around and adding things to it and taking things away from it. And then you kind of get to that last one where you just kind of build your own. So I'm building my own from scratch. It's going to be white and blue, and the two blues for my stream logo. I don't know why y'all booing me. What do you want me to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. Like every team's over 90 overall, pretty much. Everyone's complaining about no defense. Half of these teams are checked out. We got 1, 2, 3 auto games. Let me pull up Discord. I think there was one game from a board member that didn't even get scheduled. No post even made. Oh. Chiefs Broncos. Oh, they finally, I guess they finally figured out time. That didn't even have a post. Giants on all pro. Listen to me. Autopilot. No one's, I don't think there's been a post on the website. Let's see. Let's go over here. Let's do this. What do we want to do? Let's do this. I'm going to show you how bad things are right now. I made that post on the 20th, 5 days ago. That's on the 20th. The 19th was the last OMFL post, and the 18th from Raj, who's been a freaking awesome. I love Raj. I wish he'd stay here forever and ever. He's just one of those really positive, good dudes. That's what we can talk about. We talk about Raj's, I don't have the link here. Yeah, I don't even, because if I start opening Discord, my computer goes, no, what are you doing? I can't handle that. But Raj started a draft, a real life draft. He's giving away some prizes. I'm not asking him if he can post the details today, but I think it's going to be like $20 PSN card for first place, 10 for second, and 5 for third. And he's doing this all on his own. Like that's the kind of engagement I want. I want to see team news. I want to see like what you're doing with the draft. Like that's engagement. That's the stuff that I would like to see us do. I'll give it a shot. Like I'll do the real life. I will say this though. The last few Press Pass Lives have been the lowest watched. My streams went from 15, 20 people, my game streams to 2. Press Pass Live went from 15 to 25 to like, I think last week we had 3. And so like it's all kind of going away. You know what I'm saying? And people are getting like really, really checked out. Yeah, hush about the bit rate. I'll do a real life draft show. I think that would be fun. It could be like something really different, really get our name out there, really just to sit back and BS with some Madden dudes about a real life draft. So I'll give it a shot as long as my wife is gone. But like if I do that and no one shows up and Press Pass Live keeps no one showing up and all of that other stuff, then it's like, do we come back for Madden 22? I mean, that's the real question. Because it's a lot of work. I mean, I know people, I seen, can't think of his name, Big Hurt. I seen Outlaw, right? There's some people that got some real life stuff going on. And I get that people appreciate me. I think that number's much lower than some of us would like it to be, which is part of being the leader. I think with the president, you're doing good if you're the president. You get like 35% approval rating. So I should be happy. I think I got higher than 35%. But so much work goes into this, and I get people are busy. I don't even want to say this because it's not going to come out how I want, but like the news flash is, so am I. I'm not sitting around with nothing to do going, I do this, I do PUBG, I run the community, I run the Twitter page, I run 3 YouTube pages, I run 3 websites, I pastor a church, I'm a dad, I'm a husband. I guess that's news I could go ahead and break for everybody. I'm going to be a grandpa in a couple months. This is more news, just to show you where my head's been. They found, my wife had a tumor found. And we did get news on Friday, though. We were supposed to go tomorrow, which is why I had tomorrow off. But they found out it's actually not cancer. So my wife is a 2-time cancer beater, and we were worried it was going to be a 3rd time. But lucky for us, good news is our Father blessed us with great news, and it is not cancer. So I guess what I'm saying is that I, too, have a lot going on, and I choose to make time for this place. I choose to make content for this place. And it sucketh real bad whenever you make this content and no one's here and no one responds and no one else is making content. I'm in talks right now with a few groups of people in the community about adding to the GrownFolks YouTube page a PUBG news section, a Madden news section, and a Battlefield. I think it's Battlefront, Battlefield. I don't know. I get those two confused, but it's the new Battlefield game that's coming out. So we're going to start doing some intentional news. I'm going to try to keep those brief and short and kind of keep them updated and give kind of thoughts. And some of these, like, it is Battlefield. Thank you, Mackie. Even some of these Press Pass Lives, what we've started to do, where it's just like this, where it's just me chatting with y'all, I think we're going to try to do some more of those, right, around PUBG, around Battlefield, as the new information comes out about that, and then about Madden. Again, I also watched, because I think the biggest, like, Madden news guy is going to be Eric, who's actually here in New Orleans. I don't know the guy. I've reached out to him a couple of times, but I'm not important enough, I guess, for him to answer. And then sports, is it Operation Sports or Sports something, that does a lot of like gaming sports news. That's all they do. It's really good stuff. And so we've got to pick up our game if we're going to do some stuff with them. But I think you can add to that. There's nobody doing PUBG news. There's nobody doing Battlefield news. And look, I mean, I'm going to throw it out there. I'll say it publicly. My end game is one day I will be able to supplement my income by being a pastor and by running this place. Well, you know, I'm not going to get a salary from, a group of 32 owners or even the community of 300. The salary is going to come from building a YouTube page, that gets a lot of views and that builds a lot of subscriptions. So I think you're going to see over the next couple months a lot of energy and effort going into that. And I guess the difficult part is I still do content for my own games. I still do Press Pass Live. I still do try to do content for PUBG. I do content for my own personal website, so natelejeune.com, which is like motivational leadership, spiritual training type of website. And then I pastor a church, which puts out 4 pieces of content a week, video content. So 4 of those a week, say 2 Maddens a week, Press Pass Live a week, maybe 1 PUBG. I mean, you're talking 8, 9, 10 videos a week. Makes me tired just thinking about it. That's filming it, thinking of what you're going to do, filming it, editing it, getting graphics made, getting it uploaded. So I'm going to keep doing that, and hopefully we can keep adding really cool people here that'll come help us. I will throw this out too. I'd love for somebody to step in for Brady. Brady during basketball season is always not going to be able to do OMFL news, and I kind of knew that, but I'd love for somebody to step up who wants to just do straight voiceover work. Just send me straight audio. You pick what you want to talk about. It's your platform. You got 5 to 12 minutes. Make me 3 to 12 clips. And you've seen how Brady did them. You can go back and watch them. And so I'd love for somebody to pick up that mantle and run it. I will give automatic gold incentive for this season for anybody that steps up and does the toilet bowl for me, start to finish, see it through to the end. It's supposed to be a board member. It hasn't happened in 2 seasons, and I'm really disappointed in that. And so if you guys want to pick up that mantle and run with it, I'll give gold for that. I give Brady automatic silver for OMFL news. And if he earns himself, by himself bronze, then I give him gold. If he owns silver, I get him gold. But if he doesn't do anything, he gets automatic silver for doing OMFL news. So those are some incentives I can throw out there. And now we've went from a 32-minute show to a 45-minute show. So I've sat here and rambled with you guys for a bit. So no live CPU game. I'm going to go ahead and play that in the morning so I can play a real human. Do we even have a gold sheet right now? I didn't do anything. I'll just be honest. I've been frustrated that so many people are checked out. It was I'm just going to try to create content. I'm going to just put my focus in content. So, anyway, and it's funny. I need to go look tomorrow, but no one's been called to FPR court. And I find that very interesting in the last season. Even though I did hear somebody was putting in FPR comments about the season previous, which is a no-no. And I think it's around crashing. Not to put you on blast, Maniac, because I've seen you in here, but I think Maniac had some complaints about a couple guys crashing. I need to go see film. I'm not going to say one thing one way or the other. Colin, if you do that, I'll give you gold. I'm totally fine with it. It doesn't bother me any. If you run both of those are worth gold. So I don't know if fantasy football happened. I need to go look. If it did, I'll let it go. If 1 or 2 of you did it or 3, I'm going to go ahead and kill it. I'll nix it for this season. We're going to get some new board members next Madden. I think we're going to get some new owners next Madden. I think PlayStation 5 is going to do some of that. But I think we're just going to have some conversations with folks about, finding some different friends to come hang out with us. So, all right, 2 minutes. If there's no new questions or things in 2 minutes, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So, Ross, it's when somebody plays the safety. I haven't noticed it this Madden. I'm not saying people aren't doing it. I'm just saying I haven't noticed it. But it's when people play the safety and at the snap directly go in to go after the run. The reason is because in Madden, a user player gets a speed boost. Not the speed burst, but a speed boost. And so if you burn a CPU player, like I said, a CPU player steps up 2-3 steps like a real life player on a play action. They don't recover fast enough, and you can throw it over the top, right? If it's a cornerback, if it's a linebacker, it leaves the middle open, right? Whatever it is. Well, a human player, human control player, if you flip your hip, like if you just flip the controller, flip your hips in real life, right? And you hit your speed burst, you get this unrealistic recovery speed. And so if you're the safety and I run a fly route on a play action and I get you to bite up 6 yards, or in real life, you're done. If I make a good throw it out there, you're done. You're not going to go make a play. If I beat the cornerback, blah, 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 all that stuff. Well, in Madden, you can bite up that far, see it's a play action or see it's not a run, flip your hips, again, in quotes, air quotes, hit the speed burst, recover, and usually go make a play. So the problem becomes is you get this unrealistic recovery time. And knowing you, like, I can't, as an offense, I can't make you pay for that. Because if I run a play action and make you pay for that, you can flip and go make a play. And if I don't run a play action where you're crashing with your dude and you've got like a man in the box, right? It's like our man in the box rule. So you've got like an extra dude down there stopping the run. And so there's very little trade-off to stop it. And so we just ask guys not to crash. Still happens. I've seen it happen. I don't think it's as bad as it was in Madden 19, but evidently it's still around. Madden, even Madden 20, I think is when it started to get really bad. Later in Madden cycles, we see those things, right? We see the same type of stuff. It's why I pitched a rule to the board. I can't remember exactly how I worded it, but it was something around you couldn't use speed burst to make up ground. So like if I was going deep and I was using speed burst with a linebacker to cover the deep middle from the snap, then that's totally fine. But if I went deep middle and then all of a sudden it's a run, I can't just use speed burst, to the other side of the field, go make a play. But the board said that was going to be too hard to police, and they shot it down. And I agree with them. I don't disagree that it wouldn't be hard to police. But Ross, I also think that's gone in Madden 22. Because Madden 21 on PS5, I haven't played a human. And I was going to tell you that the other day. Like, I want to play a Maniac or Ross, a Raj. Like, I want to play somebody on PlayStation 5. Because I haven't played a human, so I don't have a lot of human feedback. I know when I'm playing, that's not there as much, because if you're out of space and try to flip your hips, like I keep talking about, your guy's slow. He slowly does that. My main issue was in the red zone and have guys manually pull the safety down over the center when the safety is pulled as close or closer than the linebacker. Okay. Again, I was told this information, Maniac. You totally could be. I mean, you wrote it, so evidently you're right. I'm wrong. And I wasn't calling you out about it all. I was just saying that's the only FPR issue I've heard. And if what you're saying is true, that's bad. I will say I've seen the CPU do that, though. And I guess the argument could be had, well, you should select him and move him back. But if you're on the red zone, you're at the goal line, I start moving my safety back manually, but I want to play as a linebacker. You snap me, I'm out of position. I could see the argument, both sides of that. But I'll go look at it. But I guess the point was not to call you out or call anybody out. It's just I find it funny. We're 3 weeks deep, and no one's been called to FPR court yet. I'm still interested to see. I thought I was going to do one, but I talked myself out of it. I realized I was just caught up in my feelings. That'll happen when you give up 22 points in the fourth quarter, 9 minutes ago in the fourth quarter. You get caught up in your feelings a little bit. Well, guys, show 200. It's in the books. An hour deep. So nipples, don't complain. But Battlefield news, PUBG news, Madden news. If there's this list of sources out there. Stream the FPR court. No, that could get bad. You know what? Let's open Discord. Let's see what happens when I open Discord. Let's see how badly my computer freaks out. Yeah, that's real transparency. Let's see. Did y'all know that J Bows works at a hospital? It's pretty cool. All right, how bad is that? Oh, it's not bad. See, we could do some real stuff now. Watch, we could. What could we do? We could do this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted right there. See, we could just live stream FPR court right here. Even though nobody's been bought to FPR court. But we just live stream FPR court right there. Oh, it's too big. Hold on. I don't know why it went that big, but there you go. FPR court that nobody's been to yet. All right. Well, it's been fun. I hope that you guys have had a good time. Let me put that back now. I just wanted to see what it would do. It's actually not that bad. It's not eating up my computer the way I thought it would be. I don't know why it's changing sizes though. That's pretty weird. That's what she said. I must have missed that one. What'd I say? Anyway, guys, I do love you, and I do hope that we can get a few of these little things kind of figured out, because I want to finish strong, man. And I'm calling us out on the content creation. I get that we're all busy. I get we're coming out of COVID, and it's kind of picking some things up for a few people. But we're all busy, so we just got to figure it out. How do we make that happen? I don't even know what that is, Maniac. Is that like, I don't know what it is. But I will try to get a real life stream for NFL draft on Thursday. I probably can't do any of the other days, but I can do Thursday for sure. So, maybe Friday. Oh no, Friday's not till that night. I can't do Friday night. So this week I'm gonna try to put out some Madden news, maybe some PUBG news. Elbow bump. That's funny. Maybe some Battlefield news. We're gonna start dipping our toes in the water and see if we can't get some of that figured out. So, all right, guys, peace and love. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you being in here and hanging out. So I thought that's what it was too, Ross. I thought it was like dolphins, like two dolphins kissing. I was like, I'm very confused by this, but I'm just gonna roll with it. So new overlay coming out either later this week or early next week. I think I can get it finished this week. And Saints Raiders tomorrow at like 10:15 a.m. Eastern. So 9:15 a.m. Central. So on your drive to work or on your first break, come hang out with me and we'll play the Raiders and probably get our butts kicked, but it'll be fun. All right, guys, take care. A lot of love from Nate. Get some content made.